Call the Bryan County Board of Commissioners meeting to order. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any additions to the agenda or changes?
We had tabled the art last time. You might put it on there, just, I would like to table it again. We received some more information.
No need to do that.
Don't need to do it?
Once it's tabled, it's tabled. We have, I think,
It's
30 days
It's gonna stay tabled? Okay.
until we take action. I think we can ask Stephanie. Stephanie?
Yes, that's correct. You'd have
Okay,
to call
and
it back off.
In this particular item, we have to call back up. How long do we have to do that?
You can call it back. It's not tabled for a certain time period, so you can just call it back, when you'd like to bring it back to the table to discuss it.
Okay,
29th is what we're looking at.
yeah.
Okay. Approval of minutes and claims. There's two sets of minutes. The working session on November 12th and then the last meeting, December 3rd, and claims.
So I would like to, before we go and make any motions on that, I'd like to just let you know that there were, Mr. Sanders, because he reviews the claims, there was one claim that was not included on your summary that you approved.
Uh-huh.
It came from the courthouse, I believe it was court services, that was added, and I went through and looked at them. One of the other claims had a service to where we were in there paying sales tax, so I had that removed. And then the third claim had a situation where we were short paying $50-some for services that were due.
Yeah.
So it adjusted.
What was the
it
courthouse one? How much was it?
It's about $3,340 or $550, I can't remember off the top
What was
of
it
my head.
for?
Huh?
What was it for?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I looked through every one of them, so I can't remember them. Next time I'll jot a note.
The one for 33 was just for the courthouse?
Yeah. And it was for services due to the court.
Yeah. And what was the second?
One of them was, we were paying an invoice and it had sales tax included
Yeah.
to the tune of like $7.
No.
And then the third claim was an understatement. It was $1,005 and it should have been $1,093 because there was a line on there that needed to be included. That's all been fixed, by the way, and what we're going to, what's been submitted.
All right, back to the minutes and claims. The motion?
I will make a motion that we approve the minutes for November 12th, the minutes from our last meeting, and the claims as presented.
The other minutes that you're approving, what were they on?
The working session for Pumpkin Ridge.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll second.
Roll?
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Tim, how do you vote?
Yes?
Kevin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. All right, new business. 2026 budget update. I kind of briefed what our status was the last meeting. It's a work in process, so we're working on it. Next one, Music Center Management Board had the meeting update. Ron?
Well, they give me, I believe there was two proposals. They actually did offer a 50-50 split. Well, it was on the table at a 50-50 split. We were looking at 200,000 earnings, so that would have been 100,000 for the county and 100,000 for Brown County Community Foundation. The other option was with the 200,000 earning a split of 75-25. They had raised the pilot for in lieu of property tax from 55,000 to 65,000. And keeping it at the current, the 25-75, the Brown County Community Foundation received 150, would receive 150 possibly, but that could change by the end of the year. The county would get 50 and the 65, so that come to 115. So just basic math at that point, you know, I was looking at probably be better to go with that option. I did make a proposal, motion for a 50-50 split, reduced the 65 to 55, which would have given us 155,000, which would have been 40,000 more, and it wasn't very well received. So when it come time on the vote, I went ahead and went along with the 75-25 and the 65 pilot. So the one problem with all that was originally I went in and I wanted 100% because majority of the board wanted 100% of the excess revenue. So quite a few months went by and it was projected that there was going to be $400,000 excess revenue. Well, that's what started me to go again to try and get the county a little more money. And it looked to me like, whether exactly it was or not, and I believe it was Mr. Patrick that told me the projected amount was 400,000 is what he was understanding. So that's why I went for the 50-50, thinking that the county would get 200,000 and the Brown County Music Center would get 250,000. Plus I thought we'd still get the 55. But evidently, what it looked like, whether it is or not, it looked like they pulled 200,000 of excess revenue and moved it toward the remediation or for the wetlands, which that project was estimated to be 550,000. It was also said that it would create an income of 50,000 a year to the music center. Well, that's going to take 11 years at that to recoup your money. And the next flood that comes along, there's probably going to be some pretty high maintenance on getting it back to where it was at. So it is what it is, as long as they're in control of the books and making the majority of the decisions, we're going to basically get what they give us.
Thank you, Ron. Okay, commissioner appointments. The list of our commissioner appointments we just sent to the paper. Pretty much, if you're interested in one of the open positions, we need your letter by January 21st, and then be at the meeting and you can talk about your interests and qualifications in the position. We're going to make a decision on appointments on the February 4th meeting at 2 o'clock. So again, get it by January 21st, show up at the meeting, and we make the decision the following meeting, February 4th. All right. Now, service contracts. Kevin?
So the first one that we have this morning is, or this evening, is Smithville. Smithville is a agreement that was for our internet provider. So Eric, can you just kind of give us a broad overview of their services and what they provide?
Yeah, sure. For those who don't know me, my name is Eric Evans. I'm the new IT director here at Monroe, or Brown County. I came from Monroe County, where I worked with Smithville for most of my career. Started working with them in the early 2000s when they first started doing DSL networking in Bloomington, and even back then they established themselves very quickly in the Bloomington area as being a standout provider of high reliability infrastructure. It's fair to say I was delighted to find out when I came here that they were our bandwidth partner here at Brown County. The continuity of our bandwidth is incredibly important. The citizens of Brown County, the staff of Brown County rely on that to be a constantly working utility for us. And Smithville, in my opinion, is the perfect partner for that. They understand our environment. They make ongoing investments in their fiber backbone infrastructure. And I know as the IT director that at any given time, 2 in the morning on Christmas Eve, I can pick up the phone and get a hold of someone there at Smithville to help us out. So I'm kind of as excited as I can be about a contract of this nature, and so I'm glad we're getting it signed.
Thank you.
So
I don't think I've ever seen you excited.
This is it. This is it.
That's it, okay.
So just some basic highlights, the service that they end up providing us is across all of our buildings. It was $2,407.95 a month. This particular contract is a master agreement, so it is for a prolonged period of time. It is for a 10-year period. So just some highlights as well as what changed in here. There was a very termination clause was one of the biggest things. It was an eye-opener for me when I looked at this contract initially because of the way that it had been structured. And they're actually working with them. They have worked with us very closely and adapted and made it a win-win contract, in my opinion. So I am.
Can you explain the part if we did do the cancellation? Wouldn't it cost us like 3/4 of the contract?
Correct. So in essence, basically that that monthly fee rolls up to be about $300,000 over a 10-year period. And in essence, what happened if we were to sign this contract, original contract, and we hadn't changed it? If we had signed the contract and canceled it 2 days later, we owe all dollars for the first year, 70% of the dollars for the second year, and 50% of the dollars in that contract for the remaining 8 years. So it was not an extremely beneficial contract to the county. So right now, that termination agreement is we only pay them for services rendered.
And you got that put in there, Neighbory to, huh?
Yes, sir.
Just all.
Folks, I may have mentioned, what's new to us this year is we're required to basically, all the commissioners, we sign all the contracts. And so we're transitioning to a standard template. And man, I've lost count of the number of contracts Kevin's been digging into. So we have a template, they're always reviewed by attorney, and then we go back and negotiate for things that doesn't make sense. And our attorneys bring it out if they don't make sense. So about this pile,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
you're
pretty
gonna
much
stack
it.
like this, yeah.
so,
Speaking of attorney, is attorney up there in the sky?
Yes, I am.
I'm just checking.
okay.
So based on that, my recommendation is that we move forward and approve and sign this contract tonight for Smithville as presented.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Tim, how do you vote?
Yes.
Kevin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. The next contract is CSI's recorder software support agreement.
That is correct. Again, so this total contract here, it's been a little bit of experience for both of the companies. We went back and spent a little time on this. The actual total service contract amount for this is $5,960. That comes out of the recorder's budget. This software is used to record any of the information that gets presented in the recorder's office. So it's in good shape. Again, they worked in concert with us. This is their actual contract, not our template. And it has been reviewed and blessed by our attorneys along with the information that I changed in there. And Mary Smith. I always get those two backwards. So she'll be happy to see that. So I recommend that we proceed and approve this contract as presented.
A motion.
Motion?
Second.
Roll call.
Kevin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Tim, how do you vote?
Yes. And the next one is the town of Nashville easement for a sewer line. This had been one more challenging one, Kevin.
A little bit. So, as it always, people that live in town are the constituents just like anybody else. So there is an enhancement that the town of Nashville is doing with regards to their sewer systems. If I'm not mistaken, Sandy, it is being pressurized at this point, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that's the biggest update. So there is an existing site at the highway garage, but when it was done the first time around, there was no actual easement recorded, if I understand correctly. So this is the process of allowing you to update and add the additional means to provide sewer service like you did on the new system. And there has been some back and forth, although we did get through it. I believe, again, in my opinion, this easement is a reasonable compromise. It is asking for a 25-foot easement behind the highway garage over near the edge of the creek to the original site with a 50-50 square. And there's some access in here temporarily for the purposes of construction. So in that and saying that, I think it's in the county's best interest to help the town of Nashville provide this service.
Yeah, just a little. Go ahead, little input. Like I said, this was the hardest one for me out of all of it. It was, I didn't think it was no big deal when Yinzal asked for, the sewer plant thing. He come into the admin meeting and, first thing I tell him is, we don't make no decisions in here. It didn't sound bad, and that was pretty much it. And they was gonna do the trench down through there and dig down like 15 feet and put it in. The only comment that I had that day was, there's a lot of heavy trucks that come in and out of there, and they're gonna have to put steel plate down anywhere where the trucks come in and out, because it's soft. Those trucks will sink down and possibly damage the line and get the truck stuck or whatever. It all seemed like a no-brainer, but then the fiber optic got added, and I understand when you're digging that's when you want to do it. But what got added was including the fiber optic, broadband, telecom, electrical service, supporting utilities, facilities. And I get that you want to put that in the ground when you got it dug, and then it's explained to me that all of them utilities are just for the sewer plant that you're putting in. There's nothing going to be pulled off of that in the future.
Can I make a correction?
Make the correction.
The correction is this is for future expansion in the event that there's technology that needs to be added to the sewer line. It is not being done today. This is just to allow them to come back at a later date if they need to add fiber, telecom, or any of the information.
But they're
related.
putting the conduit in now for that.
No,
They're not?
they are
Why
not.
not?
I don't know, that would be a smart decision, but I'm not the engineer on the project, so.
Okay, because now would be
I
the
can
time to
answer
do
that.
it if you were gonna do it.
The reason that you wouldn't put it in now is because you don't know which of those options that you would want to basically put in there. So let's say, for example, you put in the conduit for a telecom, and then you find out that the better solution that may be needed for their systems is upgraded to fiber optic. You need a fiber optic. So I would say it's much wiser to wait until you actually see what enhancements need to be made to the sewer system.
And you might not have to go that deep. 15 feet's pretty deep.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. Well, it was all last minute type thing today. So I don't want to hold the town up. We're the ones that's probably going to get the use of the sewer too, from the highway garage, the solid waste, the 4-H fairgrounds. Yeah. So, is there any other comment from anybody else?
No, they're just, Rod, you appreciate it. I think, heard Kevin on the phone all week. It's, there's a lot of back and forth between the attorneys, between the engineers, and back and forth the attorneys and the engineers, and there are quite a few loops, and Kevin navigated, all the,
Was it the attorney that's up
Debate.
here now?
so.
Sorry?
The attorney that's up here now on,
Yes, Stephanie is the one, and she actually pulled in an associate in Barnes and Thornburg that had better knowledge and more information related to easements.
okay.
So that's why there were so many last minute changes, because now we have one attorney, the towns, and one attorney ours with that expertise. And, when you speak lawyerese, it makes things complicated.
Stephanie,
So
Yes, sir.
after all this going back and forth, are you comfortable with this?
Yes. The changes that we sent over, I believe about 5:15 today, I think that'll work well.
Okay. I guess that's why we pay you the big bucks, huh?
Doing what we can here.
So,
Kevin, motion?
yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the easement as presented. And I just want to clarify there, Sandy, if this does actually get accepted and approved, we will have to make an arrangement next week to sign this in front of a notary, because of the 2 notary pages. So
Not a
we'll need, okay,
Agreed.
Motion made,
motion made.
second,
Roll?
Ron, how do you vote?
yes.
Tim, how do you vote?
Yes.
Kevin, how do you vote?
Yes.
All right, the last one on the contracts, yearly bid agreements on the highway materials. I think we accepted those last meeting.
I don't think that's the last one. Is it?
on the contracts.
Well, we've got bids, packages to do.
Okay, yeah, we opened those at the last meeting. We went through them. I'll make some recommendations, and everyone has the service agreement that is attached to it, so we got that updated. For our tire services, I recommend that we sign with Best One Tire. For hauling services, which is our stone and sand products that get hauled to us, Wagler Excavating. Our asphalt materials that we purchase come from Flynn Brothers, so I recommend Flynn Brothers. Our gas and diesel delivery, we are switching this year. We have actually accepted Keystone Cooperative, so I'd recommend Keystone Cooperative. Our stone products, same US Ag. And our culverts and bridge packages that we can buy will be E3 Bridge. And the rep from E3 Bridge is also a salesman with M&H, M&H Bridge. So we can buy their stuff as well with that contract. So those are my recommendations.
Hold on just a second. Okay, on Best One and the tires, it appears here that they give you a price on the tires.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it goes all the way down through here. And if you give them a list of all the tires you use?
We give them a good list, yeah, that they go off of.
Okay. Well, something come up the other day and it just was kind of odd, I thought. Said something about, we're doing a contract with people to buy tires, all right? Bid, whatever. And it said something about you might want to reach out and see if you could buy tires somewhere cheaper after we agree to this price.
What said that?
So I'll clarify that statement. Okay, so in our discussions and all of these things, his practice is to basically bring them under the bid numbers, but he also does price checking to make sure that they're still the lowest prices.
So there is some things that are like certain tires that are state bid, so that they're priced one price, but there's other things that are more specialty that is not a state bid, and you kind of have the option to branch off and get a better deal. So, yeah, we've had to do that in the past.
So part of his activity is not simply just continuing down that, it's also a discussion with regards to volume, because I don't think there's any volume buying in this. It's a niche.
Yeah.
So there's many factors to that, but this is just a means by if it's a one-off and it's reasonable to go down that path. That's typically what I've seen for yearly bid contracts.
Okay. It just seemed kind of odd that we're taking that and then looking outside the realm.
Yeah. I get it.
So there's 6 of these, as you listed them off and read them off. So everyone should know, every one of these, and again, it was new to all of the yearly bids, because this is the first time where we've actually presented a contract for them or an agreement to sign. And we worked with all of them. They are, in essence, signing our version of a service agreement that has been reviewed by our attorney. All the attachments that have been included only include information related to technical specifications, and they only include pricing and those kinds of things. There's no mention or any other terms or conditions that are stated here listed in their agreement. So, just to clarify.
A lot of material to review.
We try and do what we can. So I would, if we can take a motion on that?
Yep.
I'll make a motion that we accept Best One as a yearly bid for our tire service as presented.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, roll.
Tim, how do you vote?
Yes.
Kevin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Next motion, I'm making a motion, this is for Wagler Brothers, who does our hauling of ag products. I'll make a motion that we accept and approve this contract as presented.
I'll second.
Roll.
Kevin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Tim, how do you vote?
Yes.
Flynn Brothers, So the next motion is to accept the service agreement presented by Flynn Brothers for the yearly bids for cold mix asphalt as presented.
I'll second it.
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Tim, how do you vote?
Yes.
Kevin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Now, you guys got a separate contract, a clean copy for all these?
Clean copy for.
You got.
These are all the originals.
Okay.
These are the ones that we've been working with, and they're all already signed by all of the vendors. So the next contract is for Keystone Corporation. They're looking at providing our gasoline and diesel fuel, and recommend that we accept this contract as presented.
I'll second.
Tim, how do you vote?
Yes.
Kevin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Next contract is for our stone and aggregate with US Aggregate. And motion that we accept this contract as presented.
Hang on just a second. US Aggregate. Okay, I'll second.
Kevin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Tim, how do you vote?
Yes.
And the final one that with regards to the yearly bids is an agreement with E3 Bridge LLC as a partnership with E&H as well, providing our grading and other bridge products. Make one motion that we accept this contract and approve it as presented.
Second.
Tim, how do you vote?
Yes.
Kevin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron, how do you vote?
Yes.
Nice job, Kevin. Eric, nice job on bids. Thank you. Alrighty, next one, human resource. Teresa, I got a list up. I've got a laundry list for you there.
I know.
Take what you want.
I'm just gonna give some updates. LAO, access has been now granted to the elected official and another member of their department. So Eric and Julie are working on that list to get the departments up and going on that. That'd be huge for the departments.
Allows our financial system for budgets and finance. So we're given across the board access, read-only access, department heads, and
I
then
am given
Eric's
just read-only
managing the
access.
traffic, so.
Right, read only.
Oh, by the way, I got time down on my password, Eric, so do you do the password changes?
I do. I'm also very excited about the WOW thing.
Good.
Can't you tell me?
Me too.
Encumbrances, we need to turn those into the auditor's office by the 26th.
Okay.
Still correct?
Yep.
So we're working on that still with our budget changes. That's presented a little challenge.
Okay.
The blanket bond was accepted by the council, so that is in motion for next year. Fuel deposits have started happening, and we are putting them in the general fund, which will, at the end of the year, relieve our account line. So highway's not getting our fuel money anymore.
Okay.
Sorry, Eric.
Sorry, Eric.
Amazon account, I'm gonna work with Julie tomorrow on
Friday.
setting, Friday, oh yeah,
Friday.
Friday, because we have a lot going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Work with Julie on Friday to set those up, and once we set ours up, we'll make a process so we can pass it on to the other department heads and elected officials, so we can get that going.
They'll have their own setups as well.
Yeah.
Great.
It'll all go back into the same at the end.
It's one big account, and everybody is like a subsidiary off of that, and then it's volume discounts and helps us out.
Okay.
They've partnered with the AIC.
AIC.
So it's a huge discount. It'll be a huge discount on savings for office supplies and other things, a lot of other things.
Highway as well.
Yeah.
Sheriff as well.
Okay.
And our Christmas party is tomorrow at 11 to 2 at the Historical Society. It's our employee kitchen reminder.
Great, thank you. All of yeah.
The judging.
Oh, and the judging for the offices is, what time, 9 o'clock?
9, it starts at 9.
Okay. Great.
Any questions for me? Good, okay.
We're good to go.
And I'm curious on the WOW, is there training going along with that? Does everybody know how to use that, or?
It's not that difficult, but we will probably have Lau come out to help adjust everybody to it.
Okay. Thank you. Does that give them the access, Kevin and I had that access where, a report writer, where you could design your own kind of reports? Was that part of that access?
It's view, yes.
It's view
Yeah.
access to the reports
Okay.
and their own reports.
Okay, great, thanks. Okay, Eric, Highway Department. Hey, we missed the declaring of emergency for the county this year, you know? I think that hit us right on, did it last January?
The only thing I have, other than what I gave you guys earlier, we did do 2 applications for CCMG, one for the bridge, one for paving. We got awarded one of them.
Okay.
So we got $468,800 for the Hoover Bridge, Bridge 20. So we should have that paperwork back any day, and then we can go ahead and give them a notice to proceed, and they'll, Buxton can start work on it. It'll be a late winter project. We hope to have it wrapped up soon. So,
That Hoover and up Salt Creek or Sweetwater Trail?
The Sweetwater Trail.
Yeah. that's it. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, I have a couple.
So Bridge 30, which was the one that was down on Orchard Road, and I know we did that emergency contract for RL Buxton. Have they had a chance to give you a timeline or a schedule?
We're next. They're finishing up the project. And then, of course, then we got hit with the weather.
Right.
But we're next for that, and I'm assuming they'll jump from that to Bridge 20.
Okay. All right. That's the only thing I had.
All right, thank you.
Equipment. Any news on road grader?
I talked to Tanner from Westside Tractor yesterday, and it looks like January 12th. So they've seen stuff hit the yard sooner. He's hoping it'll be sooner, but we're only, 2-3 weeks away. So same thing with the excavator into December, 1st of January. So.
I don't know that the excavator is as critical as the road grader is.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh,
I agree.
I'll be glad when you get it.
Yep, me too.
We're gonna have to get new chains for that, or you might want to think about that, so you're ready to hit the gravel roads.
We've been holding off, but we need to go over, and get things off of the other grader. They still have it sitting there. So we'll be able to use what was on there, transport it over there, and then if we need anything new, we can pick that up.
Cross your fingers and hope the weather holds off.
I hope so, because the salt's getting thin. Talked to a bunch of other counties this week, and they're struggling. Jennings County actually ran out of salt.
We got more coming though, right?
We have more salt coming, but it's still, if we keep getting hit, we weren't hit this early last year, and we've ordered some. I've got 200 more on order. We got 200 in last weekend. I think I can order another 600. That'll be it. So, yeah.
Great, thanks, Eric. On ongoing business, a couple items. Pumpkin Ridge Road, the access to Mount T State Forest. The notice of surveys will be mailed out this week. I sent this information out to the mailing list I have for the property owners. Staking's planned to occur the week of January 5th based on weather. They think about 3 days. Surveyors will not need to resurvey section corners, so you won't see people, all over your land. And that's going to be followed by on-site meetings. That leads to refining the plan that's then presented at our meetings and for consideration. So that's kind of where we're at. The owner-occupied rehab grant. We're meeting with Okra tomorrow morning. They're supposed to announce on December 18th, and I guess that's tomorrow. I'm assuming we got that this time around. This is the second time we applied. So I'm assuming they would show up to tell us no, because we
You
just...
didn't tell us no last time in person.
Yeah, they
so
just sent us an email last time and said, hey, you had a couple issues or whatever, so anyway, so we're optimistic that we're qualified for that one. That's about it. We got a lot of ongoing things with contracts, new contracts. As we went through the personnel manual, there's all kinds of things that popped up, and like take-home cars and the taxability of that, so we're addressing those kind of one at a time, so it kind of keeps us busy. That's kind of it. That's all I've got. Stephanie, anything from legal?
Wait, hang on. I haven't heard anything from anybody in this room, and this room is packed.
It is.
Something has brought all these people out. You know, I'm interested to hear what you say, but you gotta know that it's got to do with personnel. We can't talk about it. That's, you know, I would like to hear what you got to say, but that has been a ongoing rule that we don't talk about personnel in these meetings.
Like the rule about not making decisions in admin meetings.
You're out of order. We'll get to the point on bringing people to the podium, state your name and the question you have. But to Ron's point, I'll reinforce, we're not going to discuss highway department personnel issues that are ongoing, any kind of administrative issues, and any kind of issue that's involved in any kind of legal actions. Not discussing it. So if you're going to bring that up, I'd appreciate if you wouldn't bring that stuff up, so we would have to close it out for you. And then we'll allow up to 3 minutes for comments.
Just state your name and
State your name.
what you have to say, sir.
My name is Doug Tompkins, and I was just here on behalf of myself and the other voters of the county today to recognize the years of service of a local man that's been serving the citizens of this county through his dedication and kindness. This man has always been a friend and a helper to all. This group would like to have the time to recognize countless sleepless nights for a man that has spent caring for our roads through work, the Brown County Highway Department, whether it was cutting trees in the middle of the night in the pouring down rain or plowing snow in sub-zero weather. We see you and we appreciate you. We stand here today to say thank you, Mark Seitz, for all you have done for those of us in this county and in this room and outside of this room. May God bless you and continue to bless you for the work you have done. All of us, thank you.
My name's John Henning. I've been a resident of Brown County for 35 years. And you said we're not supposed to talk about personnel, but I want to talk about something else. And that is things that reflect on the integrity of the management here, which I think is important. And when we see that decisions are made that affect somebody that we know that has a great amount of integrity and a person that worked for me personally and that I could count on,
I said, roll the video.
always.
Don't turn around.
And
I was in it, be a bill like.
always helped my family, okay? And what we saw is that initially, this person was, had a lot of seniority. I think he worked for the county for over 20 years. And all of a sudden now he's flagging traffic. And you need to know that people were starting to become suspicious of the decisions that were made to relieve this person of his job, okay? It's important for you to know that because it reflects on you. And so I think you need to know that. And I think we know what we're talking about here. And what I'm asking is that you would reconsider the decision that was made.
Thank you, sir.
Any other comments on any other of the items?
Commissioner?
Yes.
Mary, actually. We need to bring her up, sorry.
Well, I want to start with, do you have any questions for me, and do you know why I'm here? Do you know who I am? Yes.
So let me,
I'm drawing a blank.
Yes.
let me educate you on what's going on, because we couldn't get a hold of you before. So you're here about your contract renewal with regards to the Purdue Extension Office and Brown County Commissioner's Office. So unfortunately, we have not gotten through and looked at that actual contract and reviewed it. So the target is, since we are going to have another meeting on the 29th, is to get that review done and get it potentially, as long as there's no issues with it, the plan is to present it for presentation and approval. Okay, on the 29th at 2.
Will
So-
that meet your deadlines, okay?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
So after, and I'll take the hit on it because I missed it.
Well, you weren't the only one. We got the email, and some of these things get kind of buried,
Yeah.
you know, in the traffic, so appreciate it.
Yeah, any other questions or
No.
clarification for me?
Thanks, Mary. Appreciate you
No,
being here.
not right now. We may hear something when Stephanie gets a chance to look at it.
Good, Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Anybody at all, anything else?
Okay.
Legal?
Yeah, Stephanie? Any
no.
issues? I just,
No update from me. Thank you.
okay, great.
About just Purdue extension contract, please.
Yes, we'll work on that.
Get me out of the hole I dug, please.
Oh,
Leave him in it.
okay.
Throw a pile of dirt on it.
All right, motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All right, second. Meeting's closed. Thank you.
Hey, Kevin, what is all these? Those are all.